Hey, what's good? What's good? Hey, I'm Coach Rashid. What's up? What's good, everybody? Glad that you're here. I'm glad that you made it. And I'm glad that you're taking the time, because I know you're busy, taking the time to check out this new video. Today, I'm going to be talking about something very exciting. And as you know from the title, hey, this is something I hadn't really done before. So these are some challenging times in the crypto online investment space for really a lot of people, because I get calls, I get notified, I get so many crazy questions in my YouTube videos. So I understand that there's a caution out there, and there's really a need for great education. So if you are one that's looking for quality education before you invest or reinvest, that really can be a challenge around the internet these days. Everybody's an expert. I get it. Every YouTuber, every, IG, every Facebook page, everybody has a group. Everybody has their own take on how to do what we do. Well, if you have experienced some platforms that just did not stand up or live up to your expectations or their claims, we understand. And guess what? I can name a few. Believe me, I can name a whole lot. And I'm sure you can too. But this crypto online space can feel like the wild, wild west at times, like BOJ says. Yet L3 Consulting, right, and Team Achieve, led by myself, your crypto coach, Rashid, has been there and done that. After many months of trial and error and grinding it out to learn more about the gears that are moving the machine behind the scenes in these online platforms, guess what? I found an amazing community of crypto enthusiasts and developed a better strategy to research, review, invest, and earn in this crypto space, reducing the risk for all of my audience. Well, today, yeah, I got a treat for you. I'm going to let you in on what's going on in the lab behind the scenes. What's fueling my deeper belief of this crypto journey to seven figures in 2022? And I know you want to know about that. So here are my top five, maybe 5 to 7 platforms. And I'm going to throw in maybe a sneak peek on something that I'm reviewing right now. Really excited about where we're going and where we are. So I might, if I don't forget, normally I get through these things and I forget most of what I want to talk about. But today, I believe that I have set it up to where I'll be able to hit all the points so that I will not do a disservice to you, my amazing community, my amazing audience. So thank you for being here, and thank you for doing a couple of things while we're having this conversation today. One, definitely hit the like button and hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channels, and go hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of everything that comes out. Now, if you don't want to do any of that, that's not a problem. But hey, I'll go ahead and put my Telegram link so that you can check that out in case you're looking for some passive income platforms that are quality. Remember, I'm not an official financial or investment advisor. I'm only a personal finance enthusiast, as well as a crypto consultant, here to help you win by showing you how my projects are progressing in this space. All right. So, want to get started? Let's go. All right. Hey, here we are. The future is now. Here are my top crypto online investment platforms. And you can find all of this information at the Passive Income Pro, or MST platform, which is a group and a community on the Telegram channel. So right there, t.me/passive income pros, you can check it out. And I welcome you to check it out. Now, in there are subgroups as well. There is a private group for a select group of people, as well as a select group of platforms or programs that I, deem as either high risk, high reward, or just really quality platforms that reserve for people that have been with me for a long time, and are looking for something unique, something different. And there's things in there that I don't really announce to the public. So you definitely want to check that out. If you are really into this crypto space and you're looking for some unique things, you're looking for some things that you can try out. You got some risk capital. So sometimes we'll do some, test runs on projects before we even take them out to the masses. So any of that, hit me up and I'll put you on to the private chat. All right. So let's get started. All right. So we are here with the I guess we don't want to go too fast, right? So let's kick this off. What categories are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about dApps, DAOs, and smart chains. We're going to talk about passive profit plans, purely passive, right? Straight up passive, whereas you set it and forget it, those type of things. And I think all of us understand the difference between those platforms and the set it and forget it types. There's not a lot out there. A lot of people say passive, but those platforms that are used are not really passive, right? We're going to definitely get into AI and bot systems because those are my favorites. And then I want to maybe let me kick this off like this: projects, programs, and platforms. I think it's right to talk a little bit about that, because when you listen to some of the leading guys out here and ladies out here in this space, right? Like I said, ladies, because I've just come across new people in this space that's doing what I've been doing for the last couple of years. And some other ones are just veterans in this space. But, right off the top, the ones that are doing really good stuff out there, we got, Creative Millionaire. We have, I'm going to tell you, Fire Hustle is the bomb. We have DeFi Murdoch. These are more of the dApps, DAOs, smart chain type people. And so you may not see those or know those. But the ones that are top YouTubers out there that I, believe are doing good work, we got Rochelle Hazel. We got, Anthony DeLoach, definitely see him. Crypto Muscle, my man. Crypto Muscle was somebody I used to listen to way back when I first started this YouTube journey with this, crypto space. And I wasn't into the hypes. I wasn't into that. And so I would look at them, but I never invested in those. And so I was like, but it was so interesting to listen because the consistency of his brand really was cool. And then eventually we became pretty cool, and we connected with each other. We jumped into some programs together. I had a big team. He had big teams. We had big followings, and so we connected, and we've been great ever since. So now, we really support each other. So it's really cool. Cash Flow Legacy, Dave Mercado, he was one of the first that I looked at over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, in this YouTube space, and really doing some great stuff out there. And we've done some things together as well. I got Jermaine doing great things, Cryptonator, and then we have Griff, he keeping it down in the islands, and my partner here, BOJ. Me and him connected briefly, like I said, via email, and to my surprise, he was like, "Oh yeah, I've been around." I think around the time of Watermine. I think a lot of us remember Watermine, and Watermine, it was doing a lot of us some good, and it really was a great program for its time. And so in the hype space, that was one of the legendary ones in the last year. I just for those that don't know, when I did get into this space, I was doing sessions back in 2020 about Bitcoin, doing trainings and doing just really information sessions for people, people that had money, and some people that, was just, the friend next door, people I grew up with, and just letting them know you need to get in, you need to purchase some Bitcoin, you need to get a little bit. That's what I was doing, back in 2020 in the pandemic time, because people wanted to know, right? Institutional money was rolling into Bitcoin, the grayscales and all that. So if you check out my channel, my YouTube channel, you'll see that there are some Zooms that I recorded. They're doing some of that training, and I invited guests in, and we had a really good time with that. But now, like I said, with BOJ, you know, he's really a leader in this space and got a lot of respect for what he does. So I just give shout outs where it's due. And he's holding it down, you know, for this space. And we've been through the good and the bad. And so some of us see, and so my journey is different from his journey. My journey is different from CM. My journey is different, you know, from Deloach. My journey is different from, the crypto heroes. You know, my journey is different from everybody else's. So everybody has their own thing and the reasons why they do what they do. And so with my community, I decided to shift from, you know, a lot of the high yield platforms, you're talking, you know, 5%, 10% or whatever. And now we've gotten to a space that we really are thriving. And I'm going to talk about those programs right now. Because I don't want to make this a very long video, but I've never really done this. And so I wanted to give you some context to where I'm going with this. And so why, you know, now here's something that I do want to lay out for you, because you'll hear the terms project, you hear the terms programs, and you hear the term platforms. And you may be asking a question: what is the difference in projects, programs, and platforms? Well, here's what I say. Now, everybody's different. When I say projects, those are anything that somebody throws out there, right? If somebody comes up with a website and it has a title on it, then it you know, and it has some resemblance of making money with crypto. It's a project. What is a platform? Projects to me are a website with an ROI, a daily ROI, right? And so you'll see those all the time. And the reason why I classify that as a project is because we don't know, enough to really dig behind it and see if there's actual people, if it's just AI, if it's somebody running a bot, if it's a person down the street that, you know, learned how to program maybe a website and create some type of bot to run behind, you know, Coinbase or Coinbase Pro or Binance or whatever, right? So we just don't have enough information. Even if you dig, you just can't find enough information to say it's an actual program that has leadership, that has a hierarchy, that has a CEO, director, or general manager, or developers, and so on and so forth. So we don't have that level of detail in order to call it a program. But when I say a program, to give you an example of a program is Safir and Zeniq. That's a program, okay? A program, you know that there are actual owners, you know who they are. There's a CEO, COO, CMO, there's an actual C-suite, there's actual directors, there's actual, more of network marketing sometimes, or crowdsourcing. Maybe there's an affiliate plan, maybe there's a robust marketing plan and compensation plan attached to it. There's ranks, there's levels, program, Troy Investors program, because they have extensions of the project, the ecosystem. That if it's got an ecosystem, it's a program, right? And when you can see the roadmap and really see the longevity of it, it's a program, not a project, right? Projects come and go, programs last. All right. So when I say platforms, normally a platform to me, well, I'm not saying that it's in its entirety and the definition fits everything, but I classify trading websites, trading, systems as platforms. That's just how I do it, right? So even if it has, like Troy Investors has a trading function or feature, but I still believe it's an extensive ecosystem. So I consider that a program with the platform. When I say platforms, you're looking at like an IPC, a Novatech, Smart Kiwi, Raw Q, MNX, MNFX, FX Sway, those to me, Liberian, all of those to me are platforms, okay, because they have a central platform that trades, right? And so even swap effect, swap next, COTP, things like that to me are in the platform arena. Now, on top of that, some of them may be passive, some of them may be active, some of them may have a combination, right? But when we get into dApps and DAO and smart chains, and if you don't know, DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, and those are run by the people. So it's a community that drives those particular projects. I consider the BNB smart chains, BSC smart chain. When we talk about dApps and smart chains and DAOs, just to give you some quick hit on that, because I'm not going to talk about those in this entirety because it's just too much. That's a whole separate issue. We're talking about stable BNB. We're talking about StakeBNB. We're talking about safe food. Roast beef .finance. Rocket. That's a new one. Rocket Game. Baked Beans. I know you've heard of Baked Beans. Well, Baked Beans is a DAO. Baked Beans is a project, but it's a strong project in that space. Looks like it's starting to slow down, but it's a great project. You got roast beef that came fork off of baked beans. You got cooked rice that's a fork off of baked beans. There's a baked cake. There's all of these different ones. The best one that I've heard of that come off of the baked bean DAO is the roasted beef, and then the other one is Gold Grinder. Those two seem to be the most talked about as far as the most profitable and having some type of longevity. Then there's Matic Finance, Wall Street Finance, and then a lot of us may not be in this space, but you definitely want to be part of my private group in Telegram, because we're talking about Matic Finance. We're talking about Wall Street Finance. We're talking about Thor nodes. We're talking about nodes, Masternodes, and how do you maximize your profits with that. And one of the ideal areas that we have just touched on, and which is kind of part of the sneak peek that I'm going to announce later, is another area that's starting to really take off, that reduces the risk so much more, but is highly profitable in what we do. All right, so let's move on into my network, my community. Where do I spend most of my time? Most of my time is spent in passive income reviews and investing. Those are the two things that really take up most of my time, because I review a lot of information. If there's programs out there, I kind of want to know a little bit about it, because my community is very diverse. And one of the main things that I focus on for my community is, how can I make you money at the same time? How can I reduce the risk? And I have an actual app that I'm working on to do that, automating the whole process, connected to an API into multiple platforms out there on the internet that we can, start to gather some data. Now, networking and social media and YouTube, this is what I do as well. I want you, the audience, the community, to know, here's some things that's happening. Here's some new things. Here's some status updates. Here's what I've been doing. We do that through, Telegram is probably the primary, do a little bit through Facebook, and definitely YouTube, right? And IG once in a while, but really Twitter, none. But most of it's done on YouTube and Telegram. And so that's where I spend a lot of my time, making sure that what I'm talking about in the big circle, now I'm transferring it to the next circle. But at the same time, I'm also educating, coaching, and consulting. And so when people are serious about this business and they want to get involved, then I do more of the coaching and consulting. The education piece is normally something that I do separately, right? And so when I say education, I'm including one of my businesses is called Next Era Learning. And then Next Era Learning is an online platform that I actually do personal and professional development. So that's separate from the crypto space, but I still do a lot of the coaching and consulting in the crypto space, so people can make sure they're putting their money and getting the actual returns that they're expecting, and they should. And this is where we're headed, because we're not 100%. There's, no way that I can know what's going to happen with any platform. All I can do is provide the best education, coaching, and consulting to give you the best shot at winning in this space. And when you see what I'm going to present to you today, then hopefully you'll see that we have reduced that risk to a point where you can definitely win going forward. All right. So top projects, programs, and platforms. We already talked about the definition, so let's get into it. First one is StakeBNB. So StakeBNB, what is StakeBNB all about? Well, StakeBNB is a crowd farming. Now, you may have heard of staking, you've heard of yield farming, but have you heard of crowd farming? Right? So crowd farming is it's just a funny way to say you have a yield farming platform. You actually have crowdsourcing, which is network marketing or affiliate marketing or referral marketing or recommendation marketing. You have that as part of the way you bring in more funds, build up the liquidity pool, and you go ahead and behind the scenes, you're trading pairs somewhere, somehow, and you're bringing the return back to us in the form of 250%. Now, if I deposit X amount, then my contract runs for 250%. So if they're paying me 1%, 1.25%, or even sometimes they pay up to 2%, then they're going to take that, whatever the profits they get, and they do that by crowd farming because they're taking an aggregate of all the deposits and they're putting it into a yield farming pool. And then when they get those profits, then they're obviously giving those profits back to us in the form of, 1%, 1.25%, up to 2%. Now you can boost that with what they call a farm boost as well. So I really love this platform for one of those reasons. So here's what I want to do real quick. I made some notes on each one of these so I can go through it instead of just, you know how I can do. I can get on here and I can take all day, and I don't want to take up all the time, but I want to give you some examples of why StakeBNB is one of my top programs. Not the most profitable, but it's one of my top programs because reduce the risk. One is low risk, stable profits. That's one thing. I've been in it since February 4th, and we're over 60 days, and this thing is running and it's doing great. And so I'll show you some examples of it here as well. The second thing is explosive features like crowd farming and boosting farm. The farm boost gives you better pools, better returns. Then you have the crowd farming profits, and you have the farm boost, and you have a farm pool, which is fascinating. Something I haven't seen in any other project. They're paying about a 1.25% a day, and that takes you to 2.5x your particular deposit, which is 250% in total. So in about 90 days, you'll hit that 250%. Then you get your deposit back as well. They have referral rewards, 11.5% on 5 levels. They have the farm boost, which you'll get rewards for that, 15% on 5 levels. So you don't only get it by making that farm boost, which is an additional purchase. After you purchase that farm boost, then you're going to get into some of the better liquidity pools and the farming pairs. But at the same time, if somebody in your downline does that, you're going to get up to 15% on 5 levels. The farm bonus pool is a whole nother bonus that comes out, which every Friday, if you have at least 10 BNB invested into the platform, you have that staked, then you're going to enjoy a share of 25% of the global sales every single Friday if you have at least 10 BNB staked into this platform. Then you have the team share bonus. So when you withdraw, anybody withdraw in your organization, you're going to get 1% share back to you as the upline. And then, yes, there's more rank bonuses. You got 8 rank levels. They'll pay you from 1 all the way up to 200 BNB as bonus pay. So pretty awesome there. So definitely check out StakeBNB. You can see that on my Telegram as well. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is COTPS. Trading platform. Now, this is over-the-counter OTC, which is basically, this is a person, not necessarily professional traders, but somebody that has an opportunity to go ahead and get on this platform and benefit from this platform. So over-the-counter is basically just me and you, ordinary folks that have an opportunity to get involved with crypto's trading platform. What is their trading platform really about? It's about arbitrage trading. That's really in a nutshell. And, hopefully I'll be able to post what that means, because that is really the hot topic of the day. High frequency trading crypto platform is what Cryptos brings to the table. They want to be considered the most trusted crypto native financial platform that start building your crypto empire. So another, what I consider low risk, because there's an automated piece of this. Some people think automating it makes it higher risk. I believe it reduces the risk, because there is things that bots do that people really can't do, and do them way more efficiently than humans. Now, here's some key things that I noted about COTPS and why it's literally my most profitable platform at this point. Not the one that I've made the most money with, but one of the most profitable platforms. And it is a leading platform in my portfolio. COTPS is this. Key aspects: arbitrage trading. That is absolutely hot right now. Low entry, $9, only $9 to start if you so desire to put $9 in an investment. Totally up to you. Up to 100,000 you can put into this platform. Compound your deposit every 2.5 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours and 20 minutes, or 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. But let's just say 2.5 hours, because it's a good round number. Auto, do you get this right? So when I say pure passive, this is the pure passive profit. Auto compound your deposit every 2.5 hours. Not every day, not every 30 days, not reinvest because you can't get an auto compound. They are actually giving you auto compounding every 2.5 hours. That right there sets it apart from everything else that we have. But that is a powerful piece of the puzzle, and you'll understand why when I talk a little bit more about the compounding. Automate the process. You can get a script that automates the whole process, because there's 3 things that you have to do with this. 1, you can only deposit in USDT TRC20. 2, you have to make sure that you put that into the transaction hall. And when you put it into the transaction hall and you mark it as you see fit, then guess what? All you have to do every 2.5 hours is click a button and make sure that they're selling to these exchanges. That's all you have to do. They're gonna, the bots finds the pair somewhere, if it's USDT TRC20, and they find whatever is being sold. And guess what? They just want you to hit the button and say, I want to sell. And they say, okay, we have, if you got $5,000 in there, and they want, somebody wants to buy $300 worth of USDT, and they're going to take that 300 out of your 5,000. And then they're going to say, oh, okay, when you sold this, you made $1.50. When you sold these 300, you made $12.50. But you do that about 5 or 6 times every 2.5 hours. That right there is an absolute game changer in this space, and it's happening a little more often than we ever known. So it's really cool. So moving on, right? You definitely want to check out this. Up to 3.4% a day on profits. Some people say 3.6. That's incorrect, because it's not every 2 hours. It's every 2 hours and 13 to 15 minutes. Therefore, when you calculate that out, it's less than 3.6, because it's not 12 times 2. This is actually about 3.4% a day if you automate the process. If you don't automate it, I always say you can make around 3% a day, which is phenomenal in any space. So 3% a day is really what you can do. If you're not automated and you're just clicking, you can get about 3% out of it. Now, if you get 2.7%, awesome. You're still kicking, you're still killing it either way. Social proof. So the social proof aspect, I think, is a key aspect, because there are people that have been in this for some time, and you'll see a video, or you'll see, somebody talking about it on social media. And when you start to look and you take it all the way back, and it's okay, I see something in 2021, and then you see somebody depositing, 30,000, somebody deposit, 50,000. But then you see somebody that actually shows that they've earned $200,000 in this platform, and then they show you their wallet and they show that they withdrawn 20,000 each, because the max you can withdraw is 20,000. with no fees, and it happens immediately. So you see a series of $20,000 withdrawals. So when you see that, that shows you that, you know, there is social proof that's legit, right? It's kind of like testimonials that support you when you're trying to build a business and somebody says, okay, give me some proof that you can do what you say you can do. And people say, yep, he coached me, you know, helped me, got me back on my feet, so on and so forth. Okay, great. That's social proof. Same thing here is you see social proof, then at least it gives you an idea that, yeah, if 50 or 60 different videos are out there and people are showing this, then it's probably happening. Now, that doesn't make the platform any better or worse. It just means that people are making money. And that's the proof you need when you're in this space, is people are making money. It's a simple process. You do get referral commissions on 3 levels of the profits of the people that you share your link with and sign up and make deposits. They only use USDT TRC20, and there is an instant or immediate withdrawal, very easy process. And it's almost the security of the withdrawal is probably the most positive thing that I've seen with this platform, other than the simplicity of it. Really high profits, something that most people in this space have looked for a long time. And we're very grateful that we have the opportunity to participate in this platform. And you definitely want to be part of this. Boom. And that takes us to Pegasus. Pegasus. Wow. Yeah. Pegasus. This one is, you know, I have a story behind it, but I think I've told my story already. And so you can definitely take a look at a previous video and you'll know all about why this is so exciting for me. Because, you know, I looked at this back in February, around the time I looked at StakeBNB, and I was looking for, you know, that really, like, what's the one that's going to take us, you know, to that 7 figures this year. And so just building up my portfolio, and I saw this and I read about it and I said, wow, you know, right off the bat, it hit certain criteria that other ones hadn't hit, like this one. And then I started to see that it had different things moving behind it. Like I said, looking for the gears of the machine behind the scene. What is really going on behind the scenes? Really, really like what they were doing. But it was new. And so I said, well, you know what? I'm not ready for this yet. So I talked to a couple of guys in the YouTube space and the crypto space. And funny thing, one of them jumped on it and been rolling with it, you know, for a couple of months. And I was like, oh man, I really missed that one. And so when I kind of got my footing and pretty much got 3 or 4 new projects that were, you know, rolling really good, I looked at it again and said, oh my goodness, man, I almost missed the boat on this one. They're still in pre-launch. So boom, Pegasus. All right, let's talk about Pegasus. Here's some key things about Pegasus. 1.5% a day, up to 300%, right? So up to 300% or 200 days, which gives you pretty much the same amount. They have a $10 minimum for withdrawals. And here's what's crazy. They have over 46 payment choices that you can choose from in order to go ahead and get started. So you can deposit with pretty much any crypto out there that actually has a use case into this platform. So if you got some crypto laying around, which I pulled out some that I had laying around and I put it in here as well, you definitely want to get some of this. So this is, yeah, been producing every day since I started. I'm just thrilled. The one key thing about it I do like is that it pays in Bitcoin. It doesn't pay in any other crypto. It pays in Bitcoin. You can deposit in 46 different cryptocurrencies, but it only pays in Bitcoin. That's very cool. Helps me to build up my Bitcoin. They have a reference program, so a referral program, 3 levels with rewards. And here's what sets it apart. They have dividends that they pay out as well. And you may ask, well, what's dividends? Where does that come from? Well, they're going to charge you 5% deposit fee. They're going to charge you 5% withdrawal fee. They're going to take 6% between the two, right? 3 and 3. And when somebody deposits, then 3% of that is going to be distributed to the investors. And then when somebody withdraws, 3% of that is distributed to the investors. So how cool is that as a dividend? I love it, man. I love it. I thought that right there was dynamic. And then when I tried to do a withdrawal, I thought the dividends was cool, but to get to withdraw instantly, oh, that was cool. So really excited about that platform. Like I said, others in this space are really excited about it and love the fact that you get that batch ID instantly. And the one last thing about Pegasus is the fact that they're in pre-launch until late May. They've been in pre-launch for a couple of months, and they said they're going live in May. Now, the key aspect of this one that you kind of want to jump on, one, because it's solid, because it does things that some other ones don't do. And we really believe this is a key in our 7-figure plan going forward. But here's what's interesting about it. They don't charge you. They don't charge you. They don't require you to have a deposit in order to get rewards. So if you actually signed up in this program and you don't have any money, but you're good at marketing and you have people a percentage, whatever that referral percentage is, up to 3 levels, because you're in the game, right? When you spread the word, they're going to pay you for spreading the word. So that's cool, right? You get a commission because you're helping the company grow. Now, you can then obviously put some skin in the game and you can make your 1.5% on your deposit. Now, after the launch in May, then that's going away. And now there'll be a requirement to have a deposit on deck before you're going to earn from your particular referrals. So love it. Absolutely a great platform. The cream of the crop, Safir Global. A lot of you may be saying, what is this? And I get that. Now, here's the thing about Safir Global. And I was thinking about not putting it in here or putting it in there and just kind of mentioning it. But the thing is, it is a massive, massive program, right? And I think that's where the issue is with, when you're doing YouTube and you're used to doing high yield platforms or quick platforms that come and go, you have an expectation, and you've built in that expectation that I'm going to market something today. I'm going to make the claim that don't put the money in if you can't stomach can't stomach losing that money, because you already know that the type of platforms that you're presenting are going to go away in a short time. Therefore, you preempt that and you make sure people understand it up front. Now, if you have to go over a program that doesn't have that built in and literally has an ecosystem that is vast, that reaches well beyond blockchain, crypto, DeFi, into tokenization and staking and farming and so on and so forth. Now, all of a sudden, that's too much to fit in with those other platforms in your portfolio or in your brand on a day-to-day basis. Therefore, I was like, should I put it in here? Should I not? Because people might, get a little sidetracked. Well, I have to put it in here because it is the absolute best blockchain-based ecosystem, cryptocurrency, next generation digital asset management platform that I can present to you today. Absolutely, hands down, most stable, trusted program that is on this particular slide deck today. Absolutely. I'll say it. I'll put it up against anything out there, right? If you want to look at a variety of platforms and then you want to do comparisons, that's fine. But for me, it's not necessary. But what I do is I have criteria and I look at that criteria. And this one is not a high yield investment platform, not a high yield investment program. Some of those are, some of them are not. You don't see any of the high yield platforms in what I've talked about as of yet, right? Now, I do have some, but I'm showing you these are what most people call legacy type platforms. Safir Global is a legacy platform. Cash FX, a legacy platform, right? Those are things that will last the test of time. They will be here when everything else falls apart. Those are literally those are those type of platforms. Safir Global, Zeniq Technologies has created a traditional, what they call recommendation marketing, or we call crowdsourcing or network marketing. That is the basis of this particular platform. And most network marketing platforms, when they're built right with a great ecosystem, they have created this blockchain-based system that has a massive ecosystem that is hands down the best I've seen. So let me show you, if you're looking at tokens and tokenomics, if you're looking at DAOs, if you're looking at smart contracts, if you're looking at, you know, career bonuses and profit sharing in the digital space, this right here has it all, right? And so I recommend that everybody jump on board, right? We have an amazing team, Team Achieve. We're one of the top teams in this particular organization and been doing this for some time. And I'm going to show you that. All right. So right now, Safir Global, right, is the marketing arm for Zeniq Technologies. Zeniq Technologies is the next generation of digital asset management. They have a blockchain ecosystem for finance and investments. They have a Zeniq coin, which is listed on Uniswap, listed on PancakeSwap, and listed on LAToken. They've been on Uniswap since April of last year. They had PancakeSwap since October of last year, and LAToken recently. The coin has been from 3 cents, went all the way up to $3 on PancakeSwap, and about 50 cents on LAToken. All right. What is the blockchain tech? 360-degree ecosystem. This right here is absolutely the story that you want to tell about Zeniq Technologies and the Safir Global partnership. The Zeniq hubs, these are masternodes that mint the Zeniq coins, and they are a digital asset manager in the physical device, which is kind of like an iPad, and it manages everything that you see here. It manages all of those. The Zeniq swap is something that's on deck. Smart chain is coming, Zeniq smart chain. It's going to manage the NFTs and the tokenization projects. We have a tokenization project called Avinoc with staking right now. The debit card, Zeniq's debit card, is being produced, and it will be distributed in Europe here in the next month. The Zeniq Safir staking, which is part of the Avinoc staking tips or staking hints that we call it. That feature just launched a couple of days, about a month ago, but the app just got updated to do all of the parts that they wanted it to do. We have the Zeniq app, has a wallet, has all of the things that you would have in a crypto wallet, and it has a place to stake your Avinoc tokens, and you get double bonuses as a Safir Global member. Decentralized exchange is going to be similar to a Uniswap or a PancakeSwap. That decentralized exchange is coming along as well. Decentralized blockchain. So Zeniq has its own blockchain doing about 12,000 transactions per second, which is higher than Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So this right here is that 360-degree ecosystem. If you didn't know, now you know. This is one of the most powerful platforms that I can bring to you today. Now, yes, there's so much information that I had to add a couple of more slides, which, like I said, I didn't want to make this too long, but I want you to know, one, this is the staking tips. This is a strategic masterpiece that Safir Global and Zeniq Technologies collaborated with a strategic partner called Avinoc. Avinoc has been around since about 2018, and they actually have their own token. So they came over to they were on the Ethereum blockchain. They're coming over to the Zeniq blockchain so they can run their business. What their business is, private jets booking and cargo booking on the blockchain, right? So they have, Avinoc, meaning aviation and blockchain. So they put that together, which nobody has done it before. And now this is kind of like phase 2 of the program. And so I think I've shown you, or I may show you a little bit about what the Safir opportunity looks like, where I am, what's my current status in the program, and the fact that this one has been my most profitable crypto blockchain-based program to date. Absolutely phenomenal. Over 6 figures in the first 6 months. Really, really amazing. Over 80,000 coins that I have received through the minting process, and we'll be able to cash those out through the Zeniq exchange. So really, really love this program. Really awesome. You definitely want to check it out. All right. So No limits. This is the billionaire's mindset. And Safir Global is definitely the driver behind this particular passive income vehicle. The next is Troy Investor. Troy Investor. What is Troy Investor about? Troy Investor, when I look at Troy Investor, the one thing that comes to mind is kind of a dark horse or something that's been behind the scenes, and now it's just really starting to bubble. Because here are some of the things that I want you to know about Troy Investor. So Troy Investor has what they call TRP, trade revenue profit. They have advisory bonuses. They have appraisal bonuses, and they pay down at 21 levels, and they pay you additional percentages. When you withdraw, they take 20% and they put it into another fund to give you additional bonus. I mean, it's bonus on top of bonus on top of bonus. And they have a gradual up to 6% ROI for the trade profits that you're getting. How does that work, right? So you start off at 0.5%. 10 days, you go to 0.75%. Then another 20 days, you get to 1%. And then 20 days, you get to 1.5%. I mean, within 90 days, you're at 1.5%, and you can ride the wave until you get to 2%. And this continues all the way up to 6% per day. Now, it depends on how much you put in. That's how much you get out, right? And so you think, okay, I can make a little bit off of my principal. Oh yeah, you can. But as soon as you have one person sign up, you get 50% of what that person brings in on the first level. And then if somebody comes on the second level, you get 25% of what happens on the second level. I mean, this is crazy, right? You think that's it? No. It keeps going. So let me read. Let me just give you some highlights here. So some highlights for Troy Investor, right? The profits here are crazy. One, deposit a variety of crypto. So you have a variety of crypto. All your favorites are there, right? So at least you have that as a convenience. It's a minimum of $20 to get started. And they take that all the way out to 300%. So you're going to have your 6% per day, right? Max 6% per day, all the way out to 300%. Now, starts at 0.5, then it goes to 0.75, goes to 1, goes to 1.5, goes to 2, and so on and so on. Okay. But you do have a maximum of 300% for that contract, right? Instant withdrawal 7 days a week. That right there is value added. You don't need any referrals. So here's another passive platform program. It fits all of that, right? So passive program right here and a platform. So it's crazy. You get a bonus. This is where this appraisal bonus comes in. That's phenomenal. So they're going to give you a $20 bonus all the way up to $50,000 bonus per day, right? This is in addition to everything else. When you get to a level of 8,000 in your organization, 8,000 in your organization, guess what? You can make $20 a day every day until you increase that 8,000. When you get to 30,000 in your organization, think about this. 30,000. Let's say you have one person on your first level, one person on the second level, one on the third, and you have 30,000 in volume total structure. You're going to get $100 a day appraisal bonus. $100 a day appraisal bonus, which is here's $100 a day. Thank you for being a partner in this system. Let me give you an idea what that means. 30,000 on 2 or 3 levels. Okay. If you're getting $100 a day, that's what? $3,000 per month. $3,000 per month, right? But if this is 365 days a year, that means that you're getting $100 a day times 365. That gives you 36500. So for $30,000, you get a return. This is just in the appraisal bonus. You're still making money off of everything else, right? Because that 30,000, you're making the 6% off of that 30,000. Remember that, right? And you got different levels and all that. So you may make, let's say you're making 4% because there's a 0.5 here, maybe there's a 3 here, and so on and so forth. Let's say you're making 4% off of that 30,000. okay, per day. Then you're making $100 per day, right? So you're making $100 per day and you're making 4% per day. Yeah. So you're getting $36,500 a year just from the appraisal bonus, but you're getting 4% a day. Let's say don't quote me. Like I said, this is not exact science. I'm not, giving you any type of advice, but I'm just saying off that 30,000 on different levels, you may be getting, anywhere from 3 or 4%, right? So if you're getting 4%, that's $1,200, which is 4%. Think about that for a second. And you take that times 30 days and you're looking at 36,000 in a month. Our next one, DHF, Decentralized Hedge Fund. This one has stood the test of time. DHF has been around longer than anything else that I got on the docket. Safir and Zeniq, June, they're in Dubai, got the license in to do blockchain technology research in May in Dubai, but they did start services in January of 2021 in Dubai. But before that, they were doing business in Austria and so on and so forth. So definitely been around for a year or so. DHF been around since 2020. Some say before that, but I know that my sponsor was January 2020, and he became an admin on the Telegram chat and really took this thing to a whole nother level. The last that I saw was that he had withdrawn over 200,000 from this platform alone. So just put that into perspective. I think he's been the one that's brought in the most people and brought in the most volume within the DHF platform, just like many other platforms that he's been in. Yes, that would be CPMD, which is Crypto Pays Me Daily, Mr. Quentin out of Houston, Texas. My man, very honest, good guy. Really a lot of respect for what he does, just like some of the other guys that I mentioned earlier. All right, so DHF, really one of my best. The one thing about DHF is it is a consistent average 10%, between 9 and 12% every single month, based on past performance. Just like they say, they do. You can get paid in DHFT, which is, the native token, but you don't have to. So initially I avoided it because I thought that they were only dealing in the native token, kind of like Hyperverse or something like that. But what I found out was you can deposit in Bitcoin and you can get paid in Bitcoin. And you talking about quick pay, boom. I've withdrawn at different amounts and, it still shows up quickly. So I've been in it, for over a year, and this is a solid, consistent, paying about 10% a month platform. So if you want low risk and you want consistency, this right here is what you want to put your money in. This one, what I call a platform, right? Because they do AI trading, right? Blockchain and AI trading, that's what they use. The artificial intelligence, which everybody calls a bot, and the actual blockchain technology, they have combined those and deliver us this particular product. The one thing I like to bring to your attention on this one is I took an excerpt from the FAQs, and I love this one line here where right at the bottom it says, if I have issues, who do I contact? I love this part. DHF is a technology-based solution and is the most transparent platform, which is governed by no one. So what you want to take away from that is it is straight up, it's an automated system. We don't know who the developers are. We don't know who's behind it. But what we know is running, and it's been running, and it continues to run, and it pays on time. And they have bonuses that they do put out there every single month. So if you guess the right ROI, if you say it's going to be 8% or 10% or 12% or whatever, then they will do an assessment of all the percentages out there every month. And then if it's 9% and you guess 9%, then they're going to give you $9,000. Sometimes they give you 10,000. If you guess it exactly right, you get the double. So you can get easily $20,000, but it's in Bitcoin or DHFT. So Yeah, pretty awesome, right? So really, really a clean, well-known, well-established platform, what I call a high-yield savings account that you can count on every single month. So you definitely want to put that into your portfolio. All right, so what we got next? Team Build Club. A lot of you may be saying, what in the world? Rashid, you're in other programs. There's other things out there. What is Team Build Club? I'm going to tell you, Team Build Club supports everything else. In case you didn't know, there are people out there that don't know the nuts and bolts to recruiting or, marketing. How do you market your program? What do you need to do to market in social media? What's the difference between marketing on WhatsApp and how do you maximize it? Then in IG, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Telegram. In Team Build Club, the founder, he is a seasoned, well-known, and high producing network marketer and an online marketer, has his own education business as well, been recognized around the globe for what he's created in this type of marketing platform. This guy has created a platform for any type of marketer, online or offline. So you don't have to be in network marketing or online marketing, internet marketing, affiliate marketing. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just need to know, if I want to build my business, what can I find out right here at Team Build Club? Let me give you some tips on Team Build Club. One, marketing genius materials, and it does help to build your downline. How does it do that? They don't build your downline. They give you free leads that are qualified leads as a member of the club. So you have access to free leads. That's one. People that actually are in marketing, people that actually are in programs, people that are looking for new programs. This is one of the first things they do. The other part is they do help build your downline by providing the materials that you can learn from. So one, there's training for online, offline marketing. The training comes in videos, ebooks, advertisements, different promotional Zoom calls, and it does like 2 or 3 Zoom calls a week with the actual CEO, like really, really giving us I'm talking anything from Google ads to WhatsApp to this Easy Dominator. This Easy Dominator was part of a new project that they brought on, right? So you can start at free level. You don't have to pay anything. So if you're in Safir, if you're in Zeniq, if you're in a DHF, if you're in Troy Investor, if you're in, any of those programs, StakeBNB, anything, right? StableBNB, any of that stuff, guess what? You want to explode your business, then you'll need the Team Build Club's materials. That's how we do it behind the scenes. And this is just one of the secrets that I've let out in this particular program. But I just want you guys to know, this is me. I'm rolling it out to you today. You have a bonus pool. So you can come in at free level, right? So you don't have to pay if you don't want. You can check it out. Then you'll see that they have a gold level, silver level, platinum level, and a diamond level. Now, I'm a diamond level. Why? Because they have a bonus pool for the platinum and the diamond levels. And you say, what's a bonus pool? Well, when people see that this thing is just packed with information, then you go ahead and, invest the small amount that is required to open up the rest of the information that you see. The materials are just second to none. Really fascinating stuff. And they teach you how to market in these different environments. And he talks about crypto. I was like, I'm all over that. So new project launch. So he did a new project launch in February, and they hyped it up from like November, December, and all the way to January. And then boom, they launched it. It was a forced matrix. So if you were already in the program, right, you're at the diamond level, then you were placed into the matrix at the top. Then the people that you marketed and they signed up under you, then guess what? You obviously got that percentage. Guess what happened after that? Everybody else that was put in the program, no matter who they were under, you got a percentage of that as well. And so as soon as that launched, about a week and a half goes by, and I earn on, obviously the referrals that I signed up, but then additional funds were about 10, 15 levels deep because I was at the top, right? And so everybody has the opportunity to do that. And there's another project that he's bringing on that he can help everybody. He uses a force matrix to give everybody a level playing field. Look, I can't just jump in there, but if you're a diamond, I'm a diamond. Guess what? We get put in the top, and then everything else happens beneath us, but we get paid off for everything that comes into that particular matrix. So really, really, really awesome what this guy is doing. But if you see some of the materials in there, you'll be like, oh my gosh. And he shows us how to use WhatsApp. And I never knew how to use WhatsApp as a marketing tool without feeling spammy. Well, guess what? He actually has something in Easy Dominator, which is that first project that we released, that actually helps us to understand how to use it and not be spammy. Really powerful. So that's just one thing, but there's a lot of new things that he's doing as well. So really, this one right here is a good complement to any program that you have. Team Build Club, we build your downlines for you. You definitely want to have that in your portfolio. Now, you may be looking at this saying, oh, Rashid, this is interesting. Yes, it is. This is the only, outside of the platforms and programs, right? Everything else I think is long-term platforms and programs. This one is a high yield interest platform project and could become a program if they want it to be. Right now, it's a project. Okay. Yes, I have done research on this one because it is very similar to some other platforms or programs or projects that I've been in, and a lot of us have been in, that didn't go so well. But I'm gonna tell you something. After watching numerous interviews, after watching numerous Zooms with the CEO and different leaders in this industry, including Queen Wiki, Faith Sloan, and some other leaders out there, I listened to the questions that they asked, and BOJ did one, Crypto Muscle did the first one. Alonzo is in there, a Bitcoin King. There are so many people, RG Trader, really all these folks have really shown that they were interested in hearing from the CEO. Give me your direct response, and to listen to him in different spaces. Crypto Corner is another one that recently did a great one. Crypto Heroes with Elizabeth. All of these are great interviews that I took a lot of information and I said, you know what? I think this is definitely one that's rising to the occasion. So you know what? We go ahead and throw that in there and let you know that, yes, I have some investment in this one. And this is one that is a little bit aside from the others because of the nature of this particular platform. Now, the unique thing about MetaFee, what they call MetaFee yielders, that I want to lay out to you is this right quick. In MetaFee yielders, the key things that I'm going to leave you with, it's a simple dashboard. It lays out, hey, here's what we got. Here's the plan, and boom, that's it. And the CEO has responded to that question. Oh my goodness, so many times. What do you do, to earn money for this platform for the investors? He says yield farming. He uses our deposits, right? Aggregate. Everybody puts in deposits. He takes that money and he says, hey, if there are anybody out there that needs a loan, I have money. So if I got $1 million and somebody wants a Bitcoin loan for 50,000, then hey, for 30% interest, I can give you this 50,000. He takes that 30% interest plus you pay me my 50,000 back. I'll give you this money. And guess what? We split that 30% over in our pockets. So crypto loans are a big deal, and using yield farming coupled with crypto loans produces a very large return. And basically that's what he's telling us in every interview, everywhere that he talks. He's telling us this is what's going on. So with that, key things that I really want you to know about MetaFee yielders: one, clean, simple dashboard, really easy process. Active, straightforward. The CEO is being very transparent. He's very visible. He answers all your questions. He has a registration over there in Australia. He's very active doing educational videos. He wants people to be educated on yield farming and understand how these loans work. He has the YouTube channel, very active on social media, has great admins doing their thing, very patient as well. Plans, boom, 1% and 3.3%. Recommending the 3.3%. Deposit of $2,500 will get you 82.50 cents every single day. You can withdraw at any time. Active admins in the Telegram groups and the Facebook groups, and attracting some major investment and major players in this crypto space. People that come from network marketing backgrounds are migrating to this. People that come from the online and crypto space, predominantly YouTubers as well as non-YouTubers, everybody's really migrating to this meta fee yielder. So it's really interesting. Great profits, compared to other projects out there. At the end of the day, it's a high risk and it's high reward. So make your own decision. But I'm definitely in. All right. So there you have it. We're going to shut this down, but I want to leave you with this. FX Sway was one that I didn't mention previously because I had taken a kind of a back seat to it, put it to the side for a little while. But I did get word, like I said, CPMD did a report saying that, look, talk to the owners. They're coming back strong with our team. So, hey, look, as long as they come back strong and do what they're supposed to do, I'm all in, right? And we'll go ahead and and raise that investment to a reasonable amount so that we can earn some good returns on that. But right now, it wasn't a good start, so we slowed it down a little bit, and so it's not one of the recommended until we see some better results. All right, but I definitely want you to understand that you can find any of the information on my Passive Income Pro MST group in Telegram, and you can reach me on knowofme.net. When you do get used to kind of what I do and kind of my community and how things work, then you can definitely look forward to being part of the private crypto for select projects Telegram group. That's a membership that is unique for a few people that been around for a while and kind of know what I do, know how I operate, and they know that I'm bringing them the goods. I'm not bringing them no nonsense. I'm bringing you things that are quality, things that work, right? So with that being said, I want to thank you for definitely hanging out with me. And you can always find me at the YouTube channel, which is Rashid Next Level. And you can find that at www.l3procoach.net. And you can reach my YouTube channel right there. All right. So without further ado, just know that there is one new direction that I'm taking my team, my community, so that we can survive the next 9 months or so in a very profitable way. For those that are interested, I have an exciting platform that has been producing. I've seen 20K deposits, I've seen 50K deposits, and I've listened to people explain why they put the 50K in. And then I actually sat and listened to a guy talk about why he put the 100K in. And with that 100K, within the first, he did a 360-day term, but you handle your funds every single day, right? You can withdraw at any time, you can add, so on and so forth. Within the first 6 days, he earned over $40,000 return on that $100,000 deposit. So, and he really broke that down and he showed that, the percentages, and it's a legitimate trading model. I believe it's more of a buy and sell, not really trading. And so we're gonna explore that. I have about another week or so on the review as well as the tests that I've done, and then I'm going to roll it out. Like I said, this is going out to my private group that's interested in some of the unique things. Some of the people that I've added in there are people that, like I said, been with me for a while and really haven't jumped out there. But I think this one you will definitely appreciate the due diligence on this, as well as what this one brings to our portfolio. This one is the one that's going to explode our portfolio and take it to the next level. Now I'm gonna leave you with this. I want to leave you with 3 tips. I was working on a little project, but I'm gonna throw it out there right now. And because I want to leave you with some additional value, just a little extra value, right? This value is based upon the people that really want to succeed and not have a lot to invest. If you have $1,000 to invest, then here's a way to get you to 6 figures, right? 12 months, 6 figures, 1,000 to 100,000. All you need is a platform that's paying 3%. Okay. If it's compounding, that's better. If it's compounding every day, that 3% compounding every day, it take you 1,000 to over 2,500 in the first month. And then after that, it just kind of grows ridiculously from there. But if you really want it to work and you really can't find, a way to do it, you don't have a lot of funds, then take $1,000 at 3%. You can look at my platforms and find out what's paying, and you do 1,000 3 times. Okay, so you got $3,000, and you may not have it all at the same time. So I'm just saying, if you don't have it at the same time, you take 1,000, and then let's say another month goes by, but you've already compounded that one, so you got the 2,500. So now you got 2,400. So you can take 1,000 off of that and do it again with the same platform if you like. And then 3 months down the road, you can take that next 1,000, because now you've obviously taken that all the way out. You should have made about 3 or 4, almost 6,000 off of that. So now you have, in 90 days, you have that 3,000 that you needed. You got 2,000 working for you. Now you take another 1,000 off of that 2,000 and you put that in. And on one platform that's paying you at least 3% a day, compounding every single day, at 90 days, now you can let that run for the rest of the year, and you'll get to your 100,000 in 12 months. Or you can find 3 different platforms that pay 3%. You put 1,000 in each one, right? And so what that does is 1,000 times 3%, it gives you the 30 a day, it gives you 900. 900 times 3 is 2,700, 27 or 270, right? So 270 a day, right? So 1,000 times 3, right? So let me do that right quick. 1,000 times 3% is 30 a day. You take that 30 a day times 3, right? So 3 different platforms, $90. And you take that 90 times what? 30 days. Okay, equals 2,700, right? All right, so that's 2,700 a month. But what if you take the 90, right, and take that times 365, and it gives you 32,000. Okay, so you need 3,000 times 9%. You see what I'm saying? Because that 3,000 times 9%, those are the 3. So I got, for one, 32,850 times 2 more gives me 98,550. So you can get to that 6 figures if you have 3 platforms paying 3%, and all you need is a minimum of $1,000 for each platform, and that'll get you to 6 figures by the end of the year, or the end of 12 months anyway. Okay. And the reason why I say that is, if you find one that compounds, then you'll clearly go over that. But it is literally, in today, if you look at any of the platforms I just showed you, you'll see it's possible. And you just need to make it happen. Hey, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. Like I said, these are challenging times for a lot of people. We've been through some ups and downs, but we have definitely landed on our feet. We have some great platforms that are out there, and we have a dynamic platform that's going to be released here within the next week or so. And so I welcome you to be part of Team Achieve, be part of my Telegram group. But at the end of the day, I'm not an official financial advisor, not an investment advisor. I am a personal finance enthusiast and a crypto consultant, and I want you to win. So that's why I do what I do. And that's why you have definitely seen what it looks like in the lab. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do release any new videos. But hey, join the team, and we'll work together. All right, peace, and I'll see you on the other side.